What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure in 1994 here, and it is Easter's Eve right now, Holy Saturday, and we are 2 hours away from Easter because it's 10 o'clock at night right now, and we have something that is really worrying in the NHL right now. Now that the playoffs are a week away, a week and a half away, there is something that we really have to keep an eye on too. And that is the Eastern Conference wildcard. So we have the Islanders, the Penguins, and the Panthers all trying to fight for the two wildcard spots. Nobody has clinched the wildcard in the East because of these three teams trying to fight each other. And we have Buffalo, but they don't really count because they're still points away from them. Yeah, I really think it's a no-go for Buffalo for the 12th year already. They might make it next year, but I'm totally counting Buffalo out this year. Our main focus is the Islanders, the Penguins, and the Panthers. As much as I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins, I really hope the Isles and the Panthers make it. Hopefully those two teams make it. What's really concerning is that everyone's like one step ahead of each other. You know, all three of the teams won today. The Islanders beat the Flyers, the Penguins crushed Detroit, and the Panthers beat the Capitals. So, what's really concerning is that everyone's like one step ahead of each other in points. Like the Islanders are on a wild card and then they fall out. And then the Penguins are in and then they fall out. And then the Panthers come in and then they fall out. It's like really cramped over there right now. So if you're an Islanders fan, a Penguins fan, or a Panthers fan, this is no time to mess around. Hopefully it is the Islanders and Panthers because I live here in Long Island and I hate Pittsburgh. But the good news for you Islander fans is that you guys have a favorable schedule. And it's too bad the Panthers have a hard schedule ahead of them. They beat Washington, but Washington is a pretty bad team. But sometimes Washington does intend to win games from time to time, even though they are on a 6-game losing streak. They have Toronto and Carolina, which is really concerning for Florida because the Panthers can't afford another loss here. And what's concerning to us is that Pittsburgh has a pretty favorable schedule too. I really hope Pittsburgh doesn't make it. I hope they take the fall for once because of how much I really hate that team. If you guys are Penguins fans and you're watching this, I am pretty sorry. It's just my opinion. As a New York fan, I'm a Rangers fan and the Penguins are my worst team. Your opinion will be accepted by me if you're a Penguins fan. But I just don't like the Penguins, which is why I'm hoping the Islanders and the Panthers get in. But I see the worst luck in the Panthers because they have a tough schedule ahead of them. I mean, the Panthers could still win. I mean, there's a lot of underdogs that beat the top teams. Yeah, never underestimate or overestimate a team. I mean, there's a lot of bad teams that destroy very good teams. It's happened thousands and millions of times already. And for the Islanders, hopefully they get in, because I live here in Long Island. And hopefully they don't suffer another playoff miss by 1 point, like what they did back in 2017, which was a heartbreaker to all the Islander fans out there. And they never had a playoff game in the UBS arena because they were dealing with cases of the you-know-what last year, and it caused them to lose a lot of games last year, and they missed the 2022 playoffs, alongside firing Barry Trotz. Hopefully this will be the year they make the playoffs in the UBS arena. It hasn't been that bright for them ever since they left the Coliseum. And when they started playing in the UBS arena, they started looking bad. It's like really hard for them to stay solid all year nowadays. Especially because they no longer have Barry Trotz with them, who led the Washington Capitals into the Cup. So this is no time to kid around for the three teams. They really need to keep their game plan if they want to make the playoffs. Hopefully the Islanders and Panthers and not the Penguins. The Penguins had a long run. I think it's time they take a break from the playoffs. Especially because of how much I hate them. Yeah, this is a frightening experience for all three teams right now. Like, the playoffs are very near, and everyone's like fighting. It's like the suspense is very crazy right now. You guys have no idea how crazy the suspense is for these three teams right now. It's very insane. So this is a very serious situation. These three teams need to keep their game plan alive. And the team I see falling out will be Florida due to their tough schedule. But I'm not trying to overestimate or underestimate anybody. That's just what it looks like. And only the Islanders and Penguins have favorable opponents coming up, where they could win those games and get into the playoffs. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. I had to get this video out there because of how crazy the suspense is in the wild card right now. We have the Panthers, Penguins, and Islanders all on top of each other, trying to get into the playoffs. Let's hope Williams, Superstar Shea's team gets in. Hopefully they don't suffer a playoff miss just like what they did in 2017 when they missed the playoffs by 1 point. And the Panthers are going to need it more than the Penguins, because the Panthers aren't really much of a great team for much of their history. I mean, they got into a better team, but they weren't that solid. I think they deserve more playoff years too. And once again, I hope Superstar Shea's team makes it instead of facing another playoff miss by 1 point, like what happened, like reflecting back to 2017. Hopefully we don't have another 2017 incident before the playoffs begin. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this very closely, guys, because this is no time to kid around for those in the wild card. And in the Western Conference, we need to keep an eye on who's making the last wild card in the Western Conference. Will it be Winnipeg, Nashville, or Calgary? We're going to have to see what happens. So, I guess that's it. Bye.